have to do is learn how to make comparison statements, but not just the easy ones like the 6th graders made $50 less than the 7th graders. You have to do more challenging ones, and the way I make them challenging is I start a statement and you have to finish it, like a fill in the blank. So I'm going to give you some examples of more sophisticated, more grown-up statements. But my suggestion is, we're going to try to make 4 statements, is to make a ratio table and label it, because if you use this ratio table, it really, really helps. So we're going to compare 6th graders to 7th graders. That's because in the reading it says the ratio of the amount of money raised by the 6th graders, and we're talking about money here, so our answers are going to all be in dollars, to the amount of money raised by the 7th graders is in the ratio of 250 to 300. Ratios don't usually have the units in it, but our sentences will. So here's some sample ways to use a ratio table. I could go to the most simple thing for most people is to divide my values both by 10. So this would be 25 to 30. And I could divide 25 and 30 both by Bailey. Question?
Yes.
What's the question?
So, at the end when it says 25 to 30, are the 6th graders trying to raise 250 and the 7th graders are trying to raise 300?
This goes back to the original problem where the 6th graders were trying to raise $250 and the 7th graders were trying to raise $300. So imagining that you would have that original picture here, you would have 2 bars. It's a good question. And this would be like the 7th grade bar, and this would be 300. And the 6th grade bar might be like this. And that would be 250. So those are the original goals. Okay? They don't all, and sometimes the pictures are different, but that's one type of picture. So with those goals, we're trying to get it to be a little more, write other statements besides that. And so if I go away from this page just for a minute, we can always come back and look at it. By doing some simple division, I could divide this down a little bit by another common number. What do you get? 5, right. 5's a good one. And 25 divided by 5 is, what you get, Courtney?
I got for number 25, I got 5.
Right, and then Ava?
30 I got
6. So one comparison statement I can make right away is the 6th graders, if I get a reduced fraction like this, I can think of this as a fraction, but I also use it in ratios. So I'm going to do fractions first. The 6th graders, do they raise more or less than the 7th graders? Right, so they raised 5/6 of the 7th graders, of what the 7th graders raised. The 6th graders raised 5/6 of what the 7th graders raised. And I should have a capital T here. So that's one comparison statement. I'm actually just going to do 3. I'll get you some more time. So another one I could do is, I could use that. I could say, for every $25, so I put a dollar symbol now, because we're talking about money, that the 6th graders raised, the 7th graders are going to raise how much? Right. The seventh graders will raise $30. So, two different types of comparison statements. One's using a fraction, one's using money, but they both tell the truth about the situation. They're both true claims. I could even use, this will be my last one, 5 and 6 differently than I used it in comparison statement number 1. I could say something like comparison statement number 2. For every $5,
Get these comparison statements down? Good job.
the 6th graders raised, how much did the 7th graders raise? Yeah. Did you guys hear what he said? For every $5, look what I'm doing, you guys. I'm looking at the number, and then I'm saying for every $5, who are we talking about? The 6th graders raise. Then I say the 7th graders, go back to where I started. It's like a little cycle. Raise $6. Oops. Yeah.
Way better note taking today, guys. Way to keep up. First time I've seen this whole class keep up with the notes. Have yourself something back.
And you guys have 10 minutes to start your homework.
Let me bring your name.
All right?
Three more
Well,
statements.
like 8, but at least to get a start. Oh, the 7th graders raised. I put 7 again, but I meant, how much did the 7th graders raise? 6. Okay.